Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I want to just begin by thanking everybody for your beautiful comments and all your great feedback in all my different avenues over on Instagram. I would love for you guys to come follow me over there. I do daily posts and memes, and January is the great giveaway. I do every few days contests for the gold zodiac coins, free readings, jewelry, all sorts of things. And I love to give back to you guys, and that's one way that I can connect with you and DM and get your information, and you guys can ask me questions. I really love it. Now listen, I came across something today that in the past I had also watched, but guess what? I wasn't completely in the present and aware of what I was seeing, that I was watching absolute gold, that I was listening to something that's so transformational and so amazing that I was sending it to my clients as friends the moment I saw it. Now I'm just going to show you the name of this because it really was impactful in an epic way. It is Dr. Joe Dispenza's, it was on the top of his video list, We Found the Formula. So if you press in his name, Dr. Joe Dispenza, you may already be familiar with him. He has this notion and format, and I feel like Jake Ducey has also formulated a lot of his what am I looking for? A lot of his uploads on this premise that we are so conditioned with the same feelings, the same responses that bring us the same outcomes, that generate the same feelings again and again, that make our life so predictable, right? What happens is, and this used to happen to me, I couldn't understand lately why I just felt so free and light and good about things. And it was that the moment I woke up, I made a conscious decision not to go into survival mode. Survival mode is when we bring in fear. How am I going to pay that bill? Is this person going to get sick? Is that going to happen? Because when that happens and we go into survival mode and we allow anxiety in, we stop creating in that moment. A creative mind cannot create when it's in panic, when it has anxiety, when it's in the past, or when it's jumped to the future, right? It can only create when we have a kind of conscious, quiet void. That's why meditation, and what meditation means to me, is just stopping everything. When the body wants to get up and run and go do something at the same time every day because it's conditioned, I don't allow that. I stop and I sit through those feelings. Why do I want to go jump in the car and go shopping? To fill some void. Why do I want to go and do this at this point of the day? I stop and I bring myself down. I settle into myself and I consciously ask, am I aware of how I feel and what's going on? And it's amazing because when we're like that, when we feel love, it's in that moment, we're heightened awareness, all of that, because we're present. We're noticing those nuances of that person that's looking lovingly at us, all of that. So the whole thing is saying, why are we going to wait till that next class to feel smart? Why are we wait for that new relationship to feel love? Why are we going to wait for that new job to feel empowered? If we start to feel that right now and experience and know that those things are always available to us, we start to create. Instead of living in the past, we're making a map for the future, right? No conditions, responses of this predictable outcome, because we're conditioned to feel a certain way in certain environments, right? We work with a certain boss who may undervalue us. We feel belittled. We feel aggravated. That environment then controls how we think and respond, because we already have a preconditioned response to that area. His office, that of servitude, of not being good enough, right? Maybe dealing with an ex. You go to their house, all of a sudden you feel aggravation just driving there. It's a preconditioned response where you let that environment control you. So instead of having this beautiful present awareness, you're manufacturing the same feelings and responses that give you anxiety, that give you already programmed responses, right? That are usually going to be anger or defensiveness. So we have to be bigger than the environment, bigger than that moment. And the only thing it takes to do that is to be aware we're doing it, to recognize these thoughts. Hey, I'm not going to allow this environment, this person, to make me become a certain way, make me become angry, make me become less confident. I am bigger than my environment. So I choose to slow down and evaluate and notice these things, right? listen, when I'm in this environment, I normally don't do well. So what I'm going to do is act like I'm walking into it the first time, and I'm going to create a future picture of this in my head where everything goes smoothly, where I come out winning, I feel safe, I feel calm, because that's part of the inner battle, that Jake Ducey and Dr. Dispenza always talk about this. We are brain circuitry that's fired together is wired together, so we're conditioned to feel a certain way about an environment. I'm like that with the DMV. I will actually get like a stomach cramp or like a headache or something because I have a preconceived idea of hassles and a lot of effort, where that's not necessarily true. And I used this practice the last time I went into one, and it was like a mini DMV, and it was like just a breeze. I literally walked in there, had a thing stamped. You call in for an appointment, you go in, and you're done. It's amazing. And it's one of those things where we create a fresh new atmosphere, where it's one where things are attainable, things work with ease, all of that. Please watch this and please comment on what you thought about what he said. He's very decisive. He doesn't use a lot of hypo jargon. It's succinct, it's to the point, it's meaningful. And it really just says that anywhere we go, we can decide at that moment not to be predictable, not to be bored, not to be conditioned to respond a certain way, because we become bigger than that environment. We become aware. We settle back down into ourselves, and we look around and we envision a different outcome, or we envision, a blank page. We're going to create this in a different way. No fear, no panic, no anything, because that kills the creativity. And we want to create a new, safe, beautiful, expansive place, right? Just really impactful, really amazing. So many people are just in survival mode. They live in emergency to emergency or crisis to crisis, and it's not a state to meditate. It's not a state to sit still. It's not a state to create. It's one of those things because they're just busy surviving and feeling like they're surviving. And people do that often when they wake up. They invite in that insanity. So let's block that. Try that tomorrow morning and say, I'm going to be aware, instead of jumping out of bed and thinking I'm going to be late. I have to do this. I have to do that. Just pause for 1 minute and envision your next hour just being so welcoming, warming, relaxed, and calm, and set the stage for your day like that, because it's amazing. And that's what today's reading is going to be. If you listen to this, I really appreciate it, because I do a lot of extensive study with a lot of great doctors and people that I believe in their theories and I know them to work. If you guys like my videos and the kind of life and the feeling that I have and evoke and help you with, this is how I do this. I always fill my kind of repertoire with people that are expansive, helpful, professional, have their act together, know what they're talking about, that I've implemented these steps so I know they work. I actually do it. I call jerking myself back into reality, because what happens, I go into this subconscious patterning, and all of a sudden I'm like if I'm in traffic and I anticipate something going wrong because of that, I can actually get physical reactions and pain for that. So instead of that, I pop on something that is really conducive to relaxation. I listen to great music. I move a muscle and I change a thought, and therefore the outcome is different. And that's what I want for you guys. So that's what this read is going to be about. How are you going to shift your perspective for the best case scenario, for the best growth, for the best love, for all of that? Remembering that when we're in a panic survival mode, we're not creating our best life, our best love, our awareness of other people around us, because we're physically closed because of that. We're mentally closed down because of that. So we're expanding and opening up we really do have to retrain ourselves. It's as simple as that, because we have animal instincts that are fight or flight that always want to come in, but we're taming that beast with higher awareness, knowing that when we just pause for a moment, take a breath, and recognize past behaviors that haven't served us, we can change it immediately. It's such a wonderful thing. So here's our 3 choices. Number 1 is the golden gift. Magical help is on its way. Number 2 is Barnabas and the Prince. Adventures, discovery, travel, meeting destiny. Acorns, intuition is number 3. Touch, exchange, and connection. I love all these cards because they're about adventures. They're about getting a new interplay in our life. They're about new connections. They're about knowing that help is always available to us. And we are the stepping stone to that. We are the verifiers of how spectacular our life can be by firstly just knowing it's available, accepting that, knowing we're not in competition with anybody else, that we're out there, we're seekers. I love this one saying too that was when we are completely aware, we're no longer just a person. We're not a set of numbers. We're not a job. We're not a home address. We're not an ethnicity. We're not any demographic. We are just nowhere because we're creating. We're in the present. We're nowhere. I mean, we are on our way to somewhere, so we're not there yet, but we're in this creative mode. So we are just awareness at that point. We're awareness of somebody smiling. We're aware of a beautiful ocean. We're aware of our pets' adoring look on their face, but we're not awake. We're not feeling ourselves. It's almost like an outer body experience, and it's beautiful because then we experience things rich, deep, and meaningful when we're in that state, and it's really, really wonderful. So thank you so much for letting me go on about this because it was so impactful on my day, and I had the best day because of this. So right away, we have the golden gift. Magical help is on its way. So I definitely feel that you're going to have a sense of expansion and greatness and understanding and just feeling really good about all the potential that resides in you. And when we do that, what happens is we feel the vastness, we feel the limitlessness, we feel everything that's available to us, right? We feel like change is very attainable, very easily. We have this freedom seeking kind of attitude that I want things that lift and lighten as opposed to compartmentalizing everything, nailing us down, all of that. It's a more broad-minded perspective for you. And I feel that right now you have all this lovely patient energy coming, releasing fear, letting go of anything that is cluttering your mind too. And I love this. I love the Merlin. Guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. Teachers of the old ways and the Merlin type, green witches, light workers. It's all the premise that everything is energy. Everything is intention. So when we give our focus and intention into the present moment and what we're creating and what we're feeling, and we have it all be good, we have it all be light, we have it all be rich in our envisionment process of good things happening, we're led to the right people. We're led to the right mentors, the people that lead us, help us, make us hopeful, make us understand, right? It's not somebody that just gives you a bunch of predictions or gives you a bunch of something. It's somebody that also teaches you along the way that this begets this. If you behave this way, it behaves that way, right? Let me give you an answer. If you go into I almost said if you go into a Sparkrist, if you go into a Starbucks, if you go to a Sparkrist, Melanie will give you jewelry. If you go into and then I almost said Stardust. I gotta breathe and calm down. If you go into a Starbucks and you are impatient and and you're not kind or whatever, you're going to feel that negative energy of everybody else. Nobody that is in their place of employment likes to feel harried, rushed, or like their work is negated. So you're going to feel that hostility. So we need to know before we act, speak, or behave a certain way. Like begets like, right? So if we are kind and generous and we slow down and we're in the present moment, look at those workers. Look at the people, the baristas. Look how hard they're working. Look at what they're trying to memorize, write down, be present in what they're doing. Don't just be glancing up for your phone. And nothing is ruder. I used to have some people that would do this. They'd come into the cafe. They wouldn't even look up at us. They would order while they were just on their phone doing emails, not one bit of eye contact. I thought that was so dismissive and rude that right away it was like it wasn't even like an interplay of person to person connection. It was really odd. So remember that when we are plugged in, we are aware, we do things with kindness and love, and it carries us through the day because we get that beautiful response from people that is helpful to us, that makes us feel special, that makes us feel connected to them, right? A lot of times we are going through these patterns of behaviors that are just preconditioned. We've done it before. It feels familiar. And I thought it was really interesting that he was even saying that people do these things, even if it brings pain or grief, because it's familiar, because people are so afraid of unfamiliar. I'm lucky in that I love everything to be like quicksand, different, fast, and unpredictable every day. I never like to do anything the same. As you'll notice when my reads are often all different. Now look at this beautiful Knight of Bows. You have that bow launched and those arrows ready to fire out into your dream, to get that soulmate connection, to bring it in, to see that large vista of accomplished goals that you've been wanting, whether it's dissertations at school, papers, exams, all of that. I'll give you a for instance. Hagen got in the car and popped on his phone and he just smiled and he's like, I just got an A on this exam, which means I'll have an A for the quarter. And he got so excited and he was just all smiling, and he works. I mean, he puts in the work, and it was so wonderful because it was, again, like begets like. You put in focus, you put in good anticipation, you get excited. It's important to you. Therefore, you get those results. And that's what's happening to you. Good grades, good love vibrations from friends, good emanations, good results, good contacts, good impressions that you're setting, just that kind of light magic and wonderful things coming your way because you expect them. Again, you've created a map for the future instead of just an old pattern from the past, because we want to go big and go elevated and go expansive, and the unpredictable can be beautiful because that's where the magic and the growth happens, right? And you understand that. So you have really good things coming in work, school, and love. Now this is amazing too. So the ancestor, this is definitely speaking of you being able to connect in a really spectacular spiritual way to any kind of endeavor that you're looking for the answers for. Again, it's about slowing down, having meaningful exchanges, taking deep breaths, asking for what you want specifically because the universe loves a decision. That's how it delivers it to you. You have healthy detachment. Your powers of manifestation are going to be really heightened at this time. So be careful what you ask for. You know what I mean? Take away everything that you don't want and just concentrate on what you want, recognition for this, whatever it is, peace of mind, calm, a more oxygen and room to maneuver in your life, right? That's always mine. I like space. I don't like appointments because I like to do things when I'm inspired to do them, and creatives are like that. They don't like time constraints. So whatever it is that you want, you have your guardian angels and everybody in place to help you in a really spectacular way. I love this page of Pentacles too. This is saying that you're setting the format for a good monetary endeavor, whether it's a new business, at work, whatever, that you're setting the stage for that. You're setting the stage for success, and you're going to reach that again by reformatting how you think, not being a victim to circumstances or environments, not letting that coworker bother you, not replaying into that thing. Say, I am bigger than my environment. As soon as you see a coworker, a family member, whatever, acting up or bringing out an energy in you that you don't love, that isn't your natural state of calm, say right then, I'm bigger than this emotion. I'm bigger than this pre-programmed response. I'm bigger than this environment. And you step back and pretend you are watching a play and be like, how would somebody I respect, love, and have admiration for behave in this particular instance? That's how we come back into ourselves. That's how we observe what's going on. And then you actually behave that way. And now you're showing yourself that you're stronger than your preconditioned responses, that you are consciously making changes for the better. And it's really going to help you in every avenue of your life, Group 1. So beautiful. Again, watch these people, read from these people that help you grow and learn and substantiate healthy growth, and you're just going to soar. So really beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome, you guys. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, if you want to go to my Etsy store, everything is down there. The Goddess Provisions box is beautiful. I love this. This is really gorgeous. Yeah, you're starting to set a richer financial future due to the fact that you're not incorporating fear or lack mentality. You're really plugged into that. So really beautiful. And again, you're looking for mentors, you're looking for teachers of the old ways, which is saying simplify, believe in yourself, believe that how you interplay your energy in a positive way is going to help you have these positive outcomes. Absolutely. And live in that positivity every single day, every moment that you can. Come back into yourself. Don't let anything try to swallow you or direct you. Now we are on to number 2, which is Barnabas and the Prince. So adventures, discovery, travel, and meeting destiny. Right away, I feel like you're on this wonderful kind of roller coaster of adventure. You don't want all these predictable outcomes in your life. You don't want to be on that proverbial gerbil wheel. You want expansion. You want new knowledge. You want to incorporate that light magic and that mystery that's in your life. Oh, look what just flew out. Two of these. This is crazy. You have the king and queen. Right away, there's your soulmate coming in that match. And that's amazing. Wow, this is really great. So right away, you guys, I'm hearing, I want to pull an activator for this too. You have the shimmer card, which is glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. So what's happening, first of all, as a catalyst in this is your self-confidence. That's everything. When you walk into a room, like you belong there. When you walk into a company, like you belong there. And it's not being boastful or pushy or anything. It's just being comfortable in yourself. All of us belong anywhere we want to be at any given time. People sense whether we evoke that kind of energy, right? So all you have to do is just stand straight, make eye contact, and be present, and say to yourself internally, what a great place. I really deserve to be here. That type of thing. Look around, see, really take in nuances. This is what I was talking about before about being in awareness, not being a person, not being a number, not being a weight, not being a demographic, that you are just awareness at this point. You're just looking around. And that exudes glamour, confidence, and allure because you're out of yourself. You're not self-conscious. You're not like, oh, look at my shoes, are dirty. You're completely aware and plugged into what's going along. So there's an absence of self that other people notice. And that's really charismatic. I love that. Some people, that it comes across as aloof or whatever, but that means people just not being critical or hyper aware of how they seem, and that's very attractive, and you're going to be in that mode. Hence it's bringing in this, you're on this high vibration, this kick. So your soulmate's coming in again very quick. Within 3 months, a lot of you guys, you have your absolute beautiful heart and soul match. Now what happens to make things like so balanced is, again, you're like, you don't care about all these statistics running through your life. You care about being aware, and you've turned into kind of like an observer, which is great because when we observe things, that's where all knowledge and meaning and creation comes from, right? If we're observing, we're not in the past fretting about something that happened at a meeting. We're not in the future. Oh my God, am I going to accomplish this? How am I going to seem with this and that? When we do that, we give away our energy. It is a huge vacuum of energy that gets that escapes when we're doing that, when we're in the past and the future. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and you heard maybe only a couple sentences out of a 10-minute conversation? That means you were back in the past, or you were moving into the future, wondering about where you're going for lunch or dinner, and you weren't aware. So you could have gleaned some amazing information in that conversation if only you were entirely present. And that's what you're training and teaching yourself to do. I'm really going to listen because this could be a portal to somewhere special. This could be information that guides me on my life path purpose. I've listened to little nuances and changed the trajectory of my day because of that. Like, I've listened to a grandmother in the park say something really beautiful, enlightened, and sweet to a granddaughter. And I thought, yeah, like, in their bathing suit, like a little granddaughter saying, oh, look at my fat stomach. And the grandmother going, that will never really matter or about who you are because you have a big tummy. Nobody will notice that really as much as you will. So if you're busy noticing your tummy, you're not going to notice the starfish and the jellyfish and all the cool animals in the ocean. And I was like, that is amazing. You know what I mean? I tuned into that. It was awareness as opposed to being self-conscious and worrying what I was doing, seeming like, or being. And that's what you're doing. And that's what this kind of page of bows is too. Focusing on what you want as opposed to what you didn't get, lack mentality, or what other people think you should have. Just about you seeing that golden goose and seeing everything that's around it, seeing how to acquire it, feeling what it would feel like to have it. And because you're already feeling like what it is to have it, you already feel abundant, you already feel love. If we always waited for a romantic partner to feel love, or we always waited for our favorite job to feel like we had money, we'd constantly be in lack, right? So we have to feel what it's like right now and experience it so it can really be ingrained richly and deeply in our experience. And then we move forward, and again, you're just going to be methodical and just be scooping up that gold, all those clues, all of that, expansive energy. You're going to feel optimistic and joyous, and you're going to have a lot of lucky energy. And I see some fun extravagances coming into, like, going to great plays or going to seeing some great musical groups and having great food, some really lovely luxurious moments too. So I'm really loving that for you, group 2. Yeah, major soulmate energy for you. Again, adventures, travel, you learning new things, Beautiful, beautiful energy. If you are new to my channel, group 2, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below if you need a private read. My Etsy store, my Patreon, if you want to help support my channel. Everything is down there. Come see me on Instagram too. It's Sparkris11. It is giveaway January, free reads, jewelry, all kinds of chakra stones, a lot of fun stuff. The gold coins. There's just so much stuff. My house is like in Aladdin's cave. And if I see something fun for a contest, I'm like, give me that. I love to be able to give back to you guys because you're amazing. And it's fun to feel lucky, right? I love winning contests, so I love to hold contests. So gorgeous energy, Barnabas and the Prince. So now we're on to number 3, which is Acorns Invitation. So I'm going to take a quick sip and a breath and just relax for a moment because I get very revved up during the reads. Like the energy was so palpable after I was listening to some of my favorite psychologists and speakers and relationship experts, because I love the idea of people knowing that absolutely everything is possible for them. The idea that you can achieve anything, have anything, go anywhere, be anything, as soon as you lift that veil or mantle of who you think others want you to be or who you think you have to be. When you lose that sense of self and just become aware of what you want, again, universe loves a decision. Let's help them get that. Let's bring that to them. And you alleviate getting out of survival mode where you're just thinking anxious thoughts about bills and people and all of that. I almost wish I could, if I had a wish, it would to be alleviate people of any of the notion that it matters one iota what somebody else thinks of them, because it's simply just a mirrored reflection of how they feel about themselves. Really, it really is that, this is people that we don't really know, or their coworkers or whatever, it's not that intense of a soulmate or our family. But oftentimes people are so concerned what other people think of their body, how they dress, how they operate, how they work, how smart they are. They give away so much power and energy. That's my one wish for people, that they just didn't do that, because it's never necessary. It never does any good. And that way it takes us out of our creativity and our, present moment awareness. So I love that this is part of that touch exchange and connection. I feel that when we really have this Acorns Invitation, we're realizing let's shake off this mantle of conceived ideas of self and what we should be or whatever. We really want to be on a energy exchange level, this touch, this exchange, this connection with somebody, this beautiful understanding and love. Again, a lot going on within this group is love. Right here we have crystal magic, creation, dawn, the beginning. Again, it's a new understanding of you, your sense of self, that you're like, you know what, I've decided if I'm not relegated to the past and to fears, or in the future when I'm absolutely present and noticing what's going on, all these beautiful nuances and ideas come to me because you're in a creative state. Therefore, you're able to create and blueprint your future how you want it. You're envisioning all this success. You're bringing it in. You're creating like a code. You're dismantling that old thought pattern that lets things guide you subconsciously, right? And then you have the same predictable dinner, same predictable conversation, same predictable day. This is all about, I don't want that anymore. I want the magic and the real exchanges and newness and delights that the world has to offer by having things be fresh and new, Ooh, nice. Yeah. Queen of Bows. So you're starting with that. Right away, you have this elevated perspective. I decided, I have my bow launch. I'm about to let go. And because of that, you're going to have this wonderful perspective of self. That, listen, when I just let go of all these ideas of what I think I have to be, do, or accomplish, you're bringing in prosperity automatically. You're bringing in love automatically, because again, you just made a decision and you made that kind of ethereal wish list, and the universe is working for you to bring that to you. And you have the healthy detachment that says, I'm in this state of receptivity. And that's what the Queen of Bows is all about. Getting ready to receive. Listen, it's karma. I've done good things. I've moved beautifully through my life. I'm trying to help, heal, and do this and that for other people. And it's my time. I feel like this is a big karmic payback for a lot of mothers out there, that are raising your family. Now, all of a sudden, some beautiful shifts are going to come within the family, and people being more helpful, more mindful, more appreciative of you, and you feeling valued and loved in a very big way. I feel that's very representative of that for you too. Two of Vessels attract him. There you go too. This is the Two of Cups. You do have this love. I felt right away. You have this divine love coming, and it is your time. And again, quite quickly, within just a matter of a few months, you have kind of preordained this. It is divinely guided and protected and maneuvered. So by you just believing in it, having that healthy detachment, knowing it's on its way, being excited about it, feeling it. Again, we don't have to have that relationship to feel the love. We don't have to have that money to feel that abundance and wealth. We just have to know it exists and that it's coming towards us. And then we live in that state, and then it actualizes. So you have crazy manifestation in that regard, in a really epic way as well. And Nine of Bows, respect. This is going to happen, I feel like, in the work and family place. Like I said, people are going to step up and be like, you put in so much work, effort, and love, and sometimes we just expect it and we act entitled and we're sorry. You're really going to get the respect you deserve. Also at work, if you had other people skiving off and leaving their workload to you, when you all of a sudden stand up and create those boundaries of saying, I'm not an ATM, I'm not your quicker picker upper or the freaking Swiffer to swift up all your messes and work in all of this constantly, and you just kind of create that separation as opposed to just running in and always cleaning up everybody's messes. They all of a sudden go, wow, I can't believe how much you actually did for us and how much you do for us. And they're going to show you that they value you through all kinds of things, acts, deeds, expressions. It's going to be really nice, and you're deserving of it too, because I feel like you work hard, you put a lot into relationships, you put a lot into your work, and it's your time to receive. And I love this. So get ready for this. This is what I've been talking about being in complete present awareness. Deprogram yourself to be on your phone, be detached, and be dismissive or only paying 10% of what's going on around you. Forget about the past, forget about the future. When we're in the actual moment of what we're doing, time stands still. You ever paint a picture and you can't believe you've been doing it for 2 hours or 5 minutes? Just time isn't time anymore because you're in a creative state. When you're in the present, you're in a creative state. You're creating your life and your experiences right then. And that's what's going to happen with this. You're just thinking about it, and then it's like you're creating this love, you're creating this magnetism, and boom, there it is. And it's your time. It's your time to have this beautiful soulmate love, to have this family and work environment that is respectful and loving and caring for you. So I'm so excited for you, Group 3. Beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. Welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. All my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else. And you guys too, go check out Haley Rose Tarot. She's been one of my clients for a long time, and she's just beginning her channel, and she has a wonderful speaking voice, and she has a really great way, and I want to help her cultivate her channel. Again, it's Haley Rose Tarot. She's really lovely. I went and I saw her on our live Instagram last night, and it's really great. I love people when, they've done it on the down low for a while and then they bring it to the public. It's so wonderful because it's like, oh my gosh, there they are. Really good stuff. So get out there and shine, because you're just, you're that beautiful spinning top that's just made of crystal, and all these rainbows, colors, and feelings are all around, and they're really rich and vibrant and meaningful, and now they're going to take place. So hallelujah to that.